2016 was a pretty good year for movies. And that year alone, we got the first Deadpool movie, Zootopia, Trolls, Sing, Sausage Party, Kubo and the Two Strings, Captain America, Civil freaking War, Arrival, Moonlight, Rogue One, Moana, La La Land. There's so many good movies coming out, it's easy to understand why so many people haven't heard of Avengers 17. But it was definitely one of the best movies to come out that year. So today, I want to talk about this underrated gem. This is my first review, so I'm going to lay the groundwork. From here on out, I will be spoiling everything. I'm talking about the whole movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go to Netflix, look up Avengers 17, come back to this video and watch it. Spoilers ahead. Alright boys and girls, in Edge of 17 we follow Nadine as she struggles with her life after her best and only friend sleeps with her brother. To put it bluntly, I really love this movie, and I can't overstate that. It's just so good. I love this movie so much because its theme of loneliness is relatable to me. Plus, our main character Nadine is such an asshole, but she's still very likable in a weird way. The first time I watched this movie, I wasn't even aware of how much an asshole Nadine was until the movie made it very clear at this great scene towards the end. When I watched it a second time, I was like, yeah, she's an asshole. Like, I'm not kidding. She's legitimately a bad person. She's self-centered, overdramatic, stubborn, irrational, immature, endothermic, and most importantly, she's a self-aware hypocrite. These 5 traits are annoying individually, but when you group them together, they are much worse. Normally, you'd want to steer clear of someone with this many negative qualities, but not Nadine. Her good qualities are showcased so well that we're able to ignore and even forget her less than desirable ones. Nadine is one of the funniest and most relatable characters to ever grace the big screen. And when those 2 traits fail, the movie always distracts us by making someone else look like an even bigger asshole. Right off the bat, we get a feel for Nadine's sense of humor, as she begins describing to her teacher about how she's going to kill herself because she sent a lewd text to some guy she likes. If Nadine had a group of friends, she would undoubtedly be the comedian of the group. However, Nadine often uses her comedic powers as a defense and coping mechanism, often making jokes at others' expense. She does this in the restaurant scene when she's trying to cope with the fact that her brother just let her bestie ride his Old Town Road. She does it again after Woody Harrelson hits her with some hard truths after she vents to him. And she even does it to Darian because, of course she does. Her humor can only carry her so far. Ultimately, what saves Nadine from being seen as an unlikely and whiny character is her relatability. The 2 main emotions that Nadine deals with in this movie, loneliness and betrayal, are 2 pretty common emotions. Heck, you could even throw in jealousy if you want. It's not too hard for us to imagine ourselves in Nadine's shoes. So we do. Our attachment to Nadine is exactly what stops us from recognizing her childlike behavior. Because by doing so, we have to admit to our own childlike behavior as well. Nadine works so well as a character because she not only feels authentic, but also because she serves as a mirror to the audience. A mirror that reminds us of all the terrible things we've done in our past. As the movie progresses, you want Nadine to stop making bad decisions, but she continues and you have to helplessly watch as she spirals downward. Finally, in the movie's best scene, she reveals that she too wanted to stop, but couldn't. She describes herself as a ghost floating above her body, unable to control her actions. Here we learn that not only do we relate to Nadine, but she also relates to us. For she too is an audience member, forced to watch herself make mistakes. The final way the movie covers up Nadine being an asshole is by making her brother, Darian, look like an even bigger asshole. The movie really goes out of its way in the beginning to make it seem like he's the antagonist. And it works. Darian is portrayed as the older sibling whose life was always perfect and had tons of friends. He's the complete opposite of Nadine. The thing is, the only main thing he really does to Nadine is he kicks her when she's down after she finds out he slept with her best friend. Everything else is just told to us by Nadine. While Nadine does start the argument, he's the one that takes it too far. That's all we need to convince us that he's an asshole. You'll notice that these 2 are often separated to keep us from realizing who the real asshole is. The scene where Darian spills his heart out to Nadine and she realizes that she's the asshole, followed by her apologizing, are 2 of the best scenes in the entire movie. Darian going on and on about how he's afraid to go away for college because he's afraid Nadine and their mom might kill each other, or how he hates that his relationship hurts Nadine so much. The twist that Darian isn't the asshole and all of Nadine's problems are caused by her really surprised me the first time I watched this movie. I can't think of another movie I've seen where the protagonist was also the antagonist. The emotion in those scenes alone is phenomenal. Before I wrap it up, here are a few things I've just got to mention. There are some pretty good shots in this movie. The scene after Nadine walks in on her brother and her best friend is just amazing. It's so easy to understand how they both feel in that moment. Plus, the shot of her eating frozen yogurt alone is great. This movie in general just feels like they recorded someone's life for a couple of days. I really like that about it. And the acting in this movie is also incredible. Woody Harrelson in particular is a standout. He steals basically every scene that he's in, and I like that he doesn't play the traditional mentor/teacher character. I also love how this movie hooked me in the beginning. I also want Nadine's jacket. It just looks so dope. So to recap, this movie is a great exploration of loneliness and the irrational responses to it. It also has this really nice message of sometimes you're the problem. And I think that's something a lot of people can benefit from hearing. Though the movie shows that even if you are the problem, you can still change. The movie made me feel stuff, it made me laugh, it even caused me a little self-reflection. By the end, it really felt like I went on this journey with Nadine, and I would watch it again, and again, and again. So if you're into down-to-earth movies or just want to relive the worst parts of high school, then boy have I got the movie for you. In all honesty, you don't need to watch Edge of 17, but if you do, you'll be better off because of it. As for this recording, it is on Netflix, so go enjoy its dopeness. If you've seen the movie, tell me what you thought down below. I'd love to hear your opinions. I love comments. Fill the comments section with comments. That's all for this video. See ya in the next one. Hey, and if you guys like zombie movies, you're going to want to stick around for my next video. Plus the shot of her eating frozen yogurt. Frozen yogurt? Frozen yogurt.